Assalamu alaikum, rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. So one of the brothers asked me would I do like a little video on wudu and okay, on wudu and salat, and I said if I didn't do it within the other days, I'll try to do it this weekend. So what I'm gonna do to make it easy, this is an excellent book. They got more than one version of this. They just explained by different scholars, right? So the book was written by Sheikh bin Baz. So you got different scholars who explain it. Muhammad bin Ali ibn Ibrahim, he do this explanation. I like this one better than the other book. Some people like the other book better because they feel like it's written more currently, but it doesn't have some of the information that this one have, but it do have like a little chart in it that make it look good. Me personally, I like this one better, and I'm gonna use it because it kind of break down some of the fixed stuff. I'm gonna wait on them, Sheikh. You know, Isha just came in, so a few brothers is still praying they gonna come back in or whatever. You know, we'll be in different time zones. And then I'm gonna also use a couple of things from Fatwa Islamiyah, right? So y'all know I always got something funny going on. So just while I'm waiting for them to finish up their prayer, I want to show y'all what comes with this, like what I go through outside of y'all seeing what happens on in the comments. And because it's hilarious, like in the comments I'm clearly talking to a brother. And see, I want to give some clarity because I know some of y'all, when y'all be listening, it may not be adding up because y'all don't know everything that's going on. So I want to show y'all. It's clearly I'm talking to a brother. We showing stuff about Far Muhammad and everything. But it be multiple people who somehow get in their head I'm still talking about them. So I want to show y'all. And I done talked to, I'm finna show y'all two people. And I done talked to both of them. One of them I ain't even responded to. So sometimes in the video, I be trying to make it clear to them so that they won't go into the... So I might say something that's addressed to them, but I'm not talking about them. But I will address them so they won't start acting crazy. But still, it doesn't stop them. So I want to show y'all what come with this, man. And I'm going to do it without hold on, let me perhaps crop one of these out. Let me crop out this stuff right here. I'm finna show y'all something, and like I said, I can show y'all more than just them. Right? I can show y'all text messages, and I don't want y'all to think these are just like strange women or whatever. Like the sad thing is, one of them, I'm conversating with their wakil. You know what I'm saying? And you know, so we talk, right? Me and her, we talk. But and we talked before this. They like, you can show it, but this ain't gonna change nothing, this and that. So this way, okay, I got it cropped out where it's saved. So in my video, where this to crop out the information. This is something they shooting it out on Instagram. Right? So in the video when I was talking about how this stuff is like the streets. So like I'm showing y'all how some of this stuff is from the streets. And wallahi, this a real comment. So from that video they shoot out the little comment saying, "Trust me, I'm Muslim, ain't good enough these days, sadly," right? I done seen and been through too much. You won't get me. May Allah guide and protect us all. Allahumma ameen. Because in the video, what I'm basically saying, just because somebody say they Muslim, this, that, and the third, but somehow, so them saying that, but like, now I'm not assuming, we discussed it, right? So that's their little trigger. But at the same time, it was two other people that felt like I was talking about them too. When in reality, I'm not talking about neither one of them. So look, in the video, I was saying how you got drug dealers, gang members, gold digging sisters. There is some gold digging sisters. So look, this funny, man. And like I said, I talked to them about this. They starting to be like, you know what? Yeah, I'm tripping. I don't know what's going on with me. What I'm doing, I'm cropping out they little stuff. So, this is what they post. Look, I'm letting y'all see it. Wallahi, real comment. He said, remember, if anyone is a gold digger, it's actually him. Somehow me say, because you do have gold digging sisters, right? He expects you to go 50-50, birth and take care of all his children. He expects you to be there and teach him how to be a man, take care of his parents. And you deserve way better than that. What a world. Because they taking it personal, they coming back with something trying to be hurtful. So when I'm sitting up saying to him, why would I be referring to you as a gold digging Muslim? And I'm sitting up here talking to your Wakil and we conversate. Nah, you ain't slick. You a manipulator. But listen, at the same time, there's two other people. There's two other people feeling like I'm saying some stuff to them too. About the same stuff. And I'm not talking about neither one of them. So like even with the comments with me, and it's like 5 more comments, y'all. I ain't even gonna show them. But I got 5 more comments and then little memes like, okay, this one right here. I love people who know their worth but never need to put others down to feel secure. Because now they want to be hurtful, right? So there's other comments about, so when I'm talking to the brother and saying hurt people because he remind me of a hurt person, I clearly say somebody jumps up and start trying to prove that they not a hurt person. Then I say, I never knew you was a male. So then, so when y'all see me have to put a disclaimer in and say, if you never jumped up and tried to prove that you wasn't a hurt person, why would I even be talking to you? I'm not talking to you. Now I'm putting that disclaimer out because for some strange reason it's going to apply to multiple people. When I said Muslims using fake dalil, I put the disclaimer out. If you never tried to use a hadith and twist it up and use it as dalil, I'm not talking to you. So if you never did that, I'm not referring to you. And I'm putting that out there because it applies to multiple people. So it's some more. And like I said, when I talk to him, it's like, so what I had to do was, I ain't gonna go into it, but then look, this one right here, this one gonna make me laugh. This gonna make y'all laugh, right? And look, I want y'all to see it so y'all can see it's real, so I'm gonna do it in real time. I'm gonna pull down my, hold on, it won't do it. Here it go, let me see. I'm gonna pull down my notifications. Right here, everybody who know my Telegram page, you can see where I got a message. I'm gonna pull it down where it says reply or mark as read. Right? Cause I didn't open it up. This is my notifications, right? Look, let me read this message to y'all. Salam alaikum. That bow joke was funny. Are you trying to call me a stud? Quit trying to act like you don't be talking about me in your videos. It's okay that I be on your mind. Now, wallahi, this isn't the same, sister. But the funny thing is, I'm only showing y'all two. I'm only showing y'all two. Salam alaikum. That bow joke was funny. What you trying to call me a stud? Quit trying to act like you don't be talking about me in your videos. It's okay that I be on your mind. Now, this is somebody who, because I put my Telegram information in some of my YouTube links so that people can get with me on Telegram. And that's why I was saying I almost be wanting to show it. I'm only showing it tonight because people funny. And I will put the disclaimer out, not because I want it to be clear to these ones that keep doing that. If you didn't do this, I'm not referring to you. So like with her, she feel like I'm making it about her. No, you're making it about you. I'm trying to speak in a way so that you will quit thinking it's about you. But not only you, the all four of y'all that keep doing it. So they'll start trying to make these little posts and do different things. But I'm talking about real scenarios. And like for everybody else, the men and other people, they see the comments from the brother in the video. I'm clearly telling people don't argue with him. I'm clearly saying I think he's hurt. I'm clearly showing the fluoride thing. I'm clearly showing YouTube shows that you're subscribing, that you done came back with your other page that you took off. So that, you know, just little to him so he won't start his crap. But for some reason, 4 females think I'm talking to them. Somehow my videos is about them. You see what they said? Quit trying to act like you don't be talking about me in your videos. It's okay that I be on your mind. Now, when I did say the bow thing, but again, at what point to this sister did you jump up and start trying to prove that you wasn't a hurt person? You never tried to prove to me that you wasn't a hurt person. Now somebody else did, and we had a conversation. So the bow joke was for the person that we actually talked about it. And that's why I be clearly saying, if I didn't have a conversation with you personally, I'm not talking to you. Because and they keep doing it, and then they keep just going and throwing all type of different shots. They won't expect you to take care of their parents. Who asking their wife to take care of their parents? You know what I'm saying? And you know, I guess they feel like I'm saying they're a gold digger because I guess they feel like I'm stalling out the marriage process and this and that. But it ain't that. Sometimes people have to understand, and this is something that I think some Muslims don't understand, right? Or maybe men and women look at things different. Sometimes a sit-down process and talking to a wakil is to see if you can obtain some form of interest to see if y'all want to get married. Just because a person talks to your wakil doesn't mean that they say, yes, I automatically want to marry you. Because some people done been through some game plan processes where some men was just manipulative and they was after certain things, I'm going to be honest. So they rushed through it. But they knew that was something they wasn't going to stick in. I'm not saying every case. Sometimes it just don't work. And the same thing with some sisters. So sometimes when people been through some bad circumstances, they process it the wrong way. just because somebody talked to your wakil doesn't mean they automatically saying they want to marry you. They're looking for a reason to marry you. Just like the same, just because a sister give a brother her wakil number, she's not automatically saying, yes, I want to marry you. Just like some sisters, sometimes a wakil or somebody brought a brother to you, they talked to the wakil and they talked to you, and then you said, no, I'm good. The same thing happened with the brothers. You might be like, and just like you saying, no, I'm good, it might not have nothing to do with whether or not you're a bad person. Sometimes people just not compatible. Or just like this same person who I'm actually really am referring to, they be like, oh, you think I'm just crazy, that's why you not marrying me, this and that, because the way I be responding to your videos and this and that. And I'm sitting up saying, I never said you was crazy. Well, men make women act crazy. But I'm not talking to you. I am not talking to you. So, and like I said, that's why I'm not trying to be funny. It be multiple people, and even other circumstances. It be same thing with some guys. Like I said, with the me reading the brother. Now, like the brother who contacted me on Telegram, wallahi, it is a real brother. Me and him know what we really talking about. So when I asked him and we talk about his homework, and I be impressed because I seen other people homework, and I asked, can I share your answers? You know what I'm saying? I want people to see this is how you answer questions for some people who taking it. Yeah, a brother hit me up talking about I was trying to be funny and show him up about his answers. Brother, I never seen your answers. I never seen your answers. But even with me saying that and making it clear, guess what? Some sister thought I was referring to them too. But this is what come with it, man. This is what come with it. And like I said, like even with her sending this message, at what point, dang, I done clicked it and it done opened up. And see, look, now they're going to be able to see that I read it. You see what I'm saying? So look, so that y'all can really see what's really to it. Because when they send me, I haven't added them as a contact. So y'all see at the top, it say, do I want to add them as a contact, or do I want to block them, or do I want to block them? So that y'all can see this is real. See, I accidentally, because I had it pulled down a notification, I accidentally clicked it touching my phone. Now it opened up. So now they can see that I seen it. So, you know, like usually I don't do, but I still haven't added them as a contact or blocked them as a user. I don't know them in person. They somebody who watched the YouTube videos and they reached out to me. So I'm not trying to do this to expose anybody or put anybody down. I just want to show y'all what come with it, and then just show for y'all who got it in your head that it's all about you, this, that, and the third. There's 3 other people, 4 actually, no, 3 including you, and this is to all of y'all. It's 3 including you, all of y'all saying the exact same stuff about the exact same conversations. About the exact same conversations. And like I said, if I haven't talked to you in person, male or female, about what I say, I'm not referring to you. If I'm talking to this brother who arguing with people in the comments and it's clear that I'm talking about him, that's who I'm talking to. Now, if his behavior, you can relate to it because you're similar to him, that means it just applied to you. But I'm not talking to you because it applied to you. You know what I'm saying? Because it doesn't apply to you. So alhamdulillah, man. My bad, man. But I just had to put that disclaimer out there and then show the other people this is the type of stuff that come along with this. Y'all, and let me say y'all, Y'all making it about y'all, not me. Now me jumping up to say stuff like this isn't to make it about y'all. It's to try to get y'all to quit making yourself look crazy, because that's what you're doing. And then somehow I'm being manipulative, and all of them saying little stuff to me. But in reality, I make it clear. If you ain't the one that's trying to twist up hadiths, I'm not talking to you. And I'm saying that because the person who is trying to twist up the hadiths, we had a conversation before I did the video. The bow joke wasn't for you, because where did you jump up and try to prove? And for the other ones who think the bow joke was about them, if me you didn't have a conversation about you trying to prove that you're not a hurt person, that I was referring to him just like I said in the video, the bow joke wasn't for you either. Okay? For the 3 sisters who thought the bow joke was about them. Okay? So this isn't for exposure. I'm not making about them. I'm just trying to get them to quit acting so, I'm not going to use the word crazy, but slow down, Jim Shoes. Because then they get to start trying to be insulting. You know, hurt people. You know what I'm saying? Hurt people start to hurt people. It almost got to the point, the way they acting when I'm having a conversation with the brother, make me want to sit back and say, dang, is one of them him? But I know that, you know what I'm saying? Is one of them hiding behind his page? Because it's clear I'm talking to him. What they taking it personal for? Is you him? Did you make a couple of fake YouTube pages described as an old Nation of Islam man? But this is what comes with it. So now that I got all of that out, I ain't gonna address it no more. The comments, we gonna stick to the education. But like for people who been rocking out with me long enough, every few months I have to go through this disclaimer phase, because sometimes it start with this one, sometimes it start with that one. If it applied to you, that's because it applied to you. Take a look within and evaluate you, Yanni. You know what I'm saying? Whoever it applies to. So alhamdulillah. So let's get into this woo-woo thing, man. I'm going to say what I did personally. Okay? And I do advise other people to do it, because even if you don't have, this is the beauty of the way the world is. You can get Tafsirs, Ibn Kathir, Asati. You can get all this stuff on PDF and look at it through your phone or your tablet or your laptop. What type of electronic devices you have. You can get an app that have all the 6 mother books of hadiths on it. The only thing is with the apps, because a lot of people from India be the ones who create them, sometimes the English be a little funny. Not that it's taken out of context of the Arabic. It's just like something, words that we wouldn't necessarily use in America. And some of the books like Abu Dawood, Tirmidhi, Nasa'i, they have taqreed, so they have explanation of the hadiths. On the apps, those explanations won't be in there. Okay? So the reason why I'm recommending that, what I did was, because when I started going to a particular masjid, and there was all these different arguments about prayer. I was already a hadith person, right? So I went back. I humbled myself. At least I would like to feel like I did. And by me feeling like I humbled myself, what I did was to say, okay, I'm going to forget everything that I think I know about Islam. Everything. Right? Because I do know the way I accepted Islam with no teacher and relied on a lot of final call papers, no Quran, no nothing, relied on a lot of final call papers and little lectures and different things on cassette tapes, because this was back when we had cassette tapes. And, you know, like I said, I'm in the land. So we had all these VHSs of all these speeches of Malcolm X, even when they was going into it with them going back and forth. So I relied on a lot of that for my Islam when I was like 13. And then I came into the deen, I came back in it through the street tribe, as they call it, the tribe that I joined. So I had this dirty version of Islam. So what I did was, I said, let me forget everything that I think I knew, and I'm going to learn Islam all the way over again from the very beginning, starting with the Shahada and the validators of the Shahada and this, that, and the third. So when it came to things like wudu, salat, right, fasting, things of ibadah, I said, I'm just going to go through the books of hadith, and every authentic hadith I find, that's what I'm going to do. And when I did that, it was certain things from particular madhabs, because I knew, okay, this is from this is from that. I was never able to find any of it. So I said, I'm just going to stick to this. Because like I said, when you enter a masjid and people think you're new to Islam because you're just new to that masjid, they start telling you, you need to do this, you need to do that. And it happens everywhere. But then you don't know. Some of these people don't even have a clue of what they talking about. And, you know, like I say, now that a lot of it is coming out due to this brother, now that people who wasn't really familiar, that for Muhammad, the Ahmadiyyan, who started teaching War of Deen, and all this is documented, this ain't no secret, people who still alive who did videos, everybody from the nation talk about it. The only ones who don't talk about it is people who feel like they still active and who wasn't really there because it pulled a rug from up under them. But my point is, he taught him an Ahmadiyyan version of Islam. So that's why when you hear a lot of them, they don't know that they have an Ahmadiyyan belief, because they do declare Ahmadiyyans as Sunni Muslims. Ahmadiyyans call themselves Sunni Muslims. Okay? So they feel like it's Sunni Islam. That's why a lot of their beliefs, Allah is everywhere, Allah is everything, it's a big mixture between Ahmadiyyan and Deobandi. And they think it's just Hanafi fiqh. Right? No, it's just Hanafi. But see, y'all don't know it. So I forgot everything I knew. And this is what I advise people. Get in the hadith. So everything I do in Salat, I actually laid eyes on it in authentic hadiths. And then some of the stuff that I do see that the Hanafis do is all from weak hadiths that was recorded so that you know that they was weak. So that you don't fall into it. Okay? Or hadiths that they distorted. Like the one I told y'all about where they do like this. Assalamu alaikum rahmatullah, assalamu alaikum rahmatullah. I might even take a moment and read the hadith, because once again, and I got to be careful with this and put this disclaimer out, because more than one person has something to say about a particular thing where I was discussing this. So they said I made that hadith up because I was trying to prove them wrong about what they thought about a video. Real conversation. So I said, just go look it up. But I know they're not going to go look it up. Had they went and looked it up and just did their due process, we would have never had a conversation about the video to begin with. You see what I'm saying? But, so I might read it. Matter of fact, Doc Keek, let me pause for a second. I'm just going to grab the book, just in case I have enough time. One moment. Okay, alhamdulillah. I just pulled up a version of it on my phone real quick, but you can find it in Muslim and Sunan Nasa'i and Abu Dawud, right? So this hadith where the Tabligis try to use it to not raise the hands, but they distort the hadith. You have to get the full version of the hadith. But it says the hadith on not raising the hands during Salah. This is how they try to label it, right? So they say Jabir ibn Samur relates that once Rasulullah came out of the house towards us and said, "Why is it that I see you raising your hands during Salah, as though they are the tails of stubborn horses? Be tranquil, calm in the prayer." The entire hadith, they detailed it that at the end when they was taslimin, assalamu alaikum rahmatullah, assalamu alaikum rahmatullah, they was doing this. Assalamu alaikum rahmatullah, assalamu alaikum rahmatullah, and sometimes they would stand up instead of sitting and doing it. They would stand up and do it. So this is a short version of the hadith. So the long version of the hadith, that's what they exclaimed. That's what they said that they was doing when they tasleemed. Assalamu alaikum rahmatullah, assalamu alaikum rahmatullah. But unfortunately, this tradition lived on with some people. So you can see some people standing and going, assalamu alaikum rahmatullah, assalamu alaikum rahmatullah, and then they'll start the prayer. So that's the real hadith. And just to show, I just pulled up a quick version where a guy got it on, because I don't have a Facebook thing, so it don't go through. But you can see just real quick where he discussed it. To show, no, I didn't make it up. That way I ain't got to go through the books and everybody know I got the books. Because I just wanted to make it real quick for this video. You know what I'm saying? So just go look it up. Look at Abu Dawud. You could get a full version of it. I think it's even intermittent. And matter of fact, when we talk again, because we talk, I'll probably just send you a picture of the whole thing. But I wanted to make that clear because, like I said, one person, I ain't even talked to them about it. I really don't talk to them about nothing that they be saying. I just be sitting back looking back like dang, shorty really acting out of character. But I still be laughing, but I'm going to be honest, it's sad to me at the same time. Like, because they know me better than that. You know what I'm saying? But their mind is taking them through a different place, you know what I'm saying? That's really unclear to me. And the thing that saddens me is because I know other people that know them as well and see what they're doing, and they might think the same thing, but they might be looking at her like, what is she doing? You know what I'm saying? Like, it don't make them look too good, man. I'll say that. It don't make them look too good. It's unfortunate, man, but whatever they want to see, man, however they want to do it, but they know me better than that, man. So let's get into very beneficial book, right? So let's start off, matter of fact, since we had touched the conditions of prayer, and then we'll describe, because like in the video from the Akida class where you understand everybody don't see the sunnah the same way, so you could see why they basically came together to agree so that the Muslims won't be fighting over the prayer, right? So they distinguish it between fard and sunnah. And then, although people may pray with their hands to their side and people may pray with their hands below their navel, they say there's not enough proof to say your prayer is no good because you done it. So what they say is it does take away from the prayer. That prayer isn't a prayer that's considered to be complete. And I'm going to show y'all where they say that. But they don't say, hey, it was some scholars, that's how they understood it, so they pray that way. But there's no proof that it invalidates the prayer, but there's no proof that the prophet ever prayed that way. You see what I'm saying? So, because they want to agree, and still, we all still Muslims, right? So, some of the conditions of the prayer, man, because we spoke on this. So I'm going to touch on some of the conditions of the prayer. Certain things, because a lot of people already know. They feel like they know they wudus, and they feel like they know they prayers. But this is some things. Let's touch a couple of conditions of the prayers, right? Where they list 9. Of course, Islam, the opposite of which is disbelief, kufr, right? A disbeliever's actions are rejected no matter what deed it performs in Allah Almighty. So, like, not to feel like, I seen, he removed himself or whatever. But if you making salat and you think that for Muhammad is Allah, this is right here. This is where it got to have Islam. Just like the same thing. If you making salat and you think Jesus is God, you see what I'm saying? You can't have these type of forms of kufr and shirk and call yourself making salat. So that's when it's saying Islam, the opposite of which is disbelief. You can't be making salat and you think for Muhammad, a man is Allah, and you think Elijah Muhammad is the last messenger. You see what I'm saying? You making salat up on kufr. You're not praying to Allah Azza wa Jal. Right? So that's one of the conditions of the salat. And then it'll come through with some dalil. It is not for the polytheists to maintain the masjids of Allah while they witness against their own selves of disbelief. They know that they own multiple belief system, right? The words of such are vain. The words of such are in vain, and in the fire they shall abide, right? This is from Surah Al-Tawbah, right? And we shall turn to whatever deeds they, the disbelievers, did, and we shall make such deeds as scattered floating particles of dust. That's from Surah Al-Furqan, Surah 25. So they give a little dalil about how even if you're doing these deeds, but you're a polytheist, you basically have multiple beliefs. You believe Islam is real, but you believe for Muhammad is Allah. You believe that this Mahdi dude is Allah. You believe Jesus is Allah. You have Muslim, you have Christian. Or you Muslim, but you got Christian beliefs. You still do a whole bunch of things from Christianity that you may overlook, like celebrating these holidays, like birthdays that they claim came from the birth of Jesus. These, you just want to get those type of beliefs out of you. It's better to be safe than sorry. So 2, sanity, right? And these just the conditions of the prayer. So the opposite of which is obviously insanity or madness. The pen is raised for the insane person, which means that they are not held accountable for their deeds until they return to their senses. Right? And then they get a Quran ayat. So you want to have your noodle. So like I know some Muslims who need medication, and they went through some different things. When they don't have their medicine, their mind isn't all the way there. Unfortunately, so sometimes you see them, they say they Sufi, they go from Sufi to more. They just be on all type of stuff, but I still treat them as a Muslim because before whatever they went through, before they needed medicine, they was definitely a good Muslim. But it's due to their noodle that they all over the place. Like they literally had to get checked into like a hospital and get their medicine, they get their doses reacclimated, and then they be back to normal. And when they be back to normal, like, because sometimes, wallahi, we'll go visit them. It's been a long time since they've been in there, and we had to. But when we go visit them and they back in their right mind, they be like, man, can y'all bring me a Quran, a prayer rug and stuff? They be back to that Muslim. But when they stop taking that medicine and stuff, and you see them, So a condition is sanity. But the pen is lifted. So while they in that state, they're not being held accountable when you in that type of state. You see what I'm saying? So sanity. So then, of course, 3, the age of discernment. The opposite of which is early childhood years. The age of discernment is realized in Islam at the age of 7. The time when a child must be ordered to pray. So you got to be a proper age. And this is one mistake that we see in Muslim households. Some people will do the reverse. My child 13, my child 14, I'm not going to push the prayer up on them because I don't want to wake them up and then they be too tired for school. You see what I'm saying? They don't want to put that on them because of school and, I know they tired after school, they watching TV. But see, when they turn the age of 7, you're supposed to be a different thing. And then sometimes in households, when a father is enforcing it, the mother may start to tell the child, they might start to tear that little foundation down, and then the child end up in a different place because sometimes the mother don't have that hawk the way that they supposed to. They don't understand these conditions. They don't know that they supposed to, when your child turns 7, you supposed to be more serious about their salat as you would be if they were skipping school. Or if they was disobeying something you told them to do around the house. Okay? So then, so that's 3 of the conditions, right? Islam, where you really worshiping Allah, you don't think Jesus is God, you don't think Farah Muhammad is, you don't think Jesus is Allah, you don't think Farah Muhammad is Allah, you don't think some statue is Allah. You know what I'm saying? 2, you got to be sane, right? But if you in a form where you on some medicine and you loopy and this and that, and this is one of the reasons why you're not supposed to, the original order when you could drink, people not praying while they intoxicated, because sometimes when you see drunk people, they really can't control themselves. They really be drunk, and some of the stuff they do be crazy. They be like in a form of temporary insanity. And people was doing some things praying while they was drunk or have bad hangovers and wouldn't pray. So then that's when the next commandment came down and totally abolished alcohol. But before, that's why you had your Quran ayats, don't approach the prayer while you're drunk, because you're in a form of a little bit of insanity. You might get in your prayer trying to pray, and due to the whispers of shaitan or anything that's going on, you might end up worshiping shaitan and don't even know it or something. So that's why you ain't supposed to approach the prayer when you're drunk. You got to have a level of sanity. And then 3, the age of discernment. So then when it comes to 4, the removal of hadath, right? And there are 2 kinds of hadath, right? The greater one, the lesser one. The former includes menstruation, sexual intercourse, right? One purifies himself from these forms of hadath by performing ghusl. There's a difference between ghusl and taking a shower. That's one thing Muslims need to understand. Some Muslims think because they take a regular shower, they've made ghusl, because they think ghusl just mean bath. That's why you can see there's a difference when they made ghusl, when they took the bath for sexual impurities, it was different than their regular bath. That's why when you read the hadiths, the full hadiths on Jum'ah, it say the one who made ghusl, like the one that has sexual impurities. They get the reward. Some people think just taking a bath or a regular shower on Friday, they get the reward. But the hadith, to get the reward, you got to do the ghusl from sexual impurity. So there's a difference between a regular bath and ghusl. A regular shower is not ghusl. So an example of the latter is the passing of wind, and this form of hadith is removed by ablution. So one you have to do ghusl for, one you have to have wudu for. Now, some people, and I would advise people to make tawbah from it, because to get this understanding, if you not in wudu, your salat is invalid. In order to perform some salats, you have to make ghusl. If you was a menstruating woman, and see, some women, I'm just keeping it honest, they don't know how to perform the ghusl after menstruations. They take a regular bath or regular shower. See, one thing about real ghusl and like wudu is spiritual. Although you washing your hands, but there's a difference between after you use the restroom, you still just washing your hands with your soap. That's not spiritual. So you have to perform wudu in its order for your salat to be valid. If you're in sexual impurity and you don't perform ghusl, and you just take a shower and then you go make salat, I'm going to just put it this way. There's narrations and there's scholars that's going to say, so that people won't think it's coming from me, that your prayer is invalid. And all of your prayers are invalid, even if the next prayer come in and you make wudu, because you never made ghusl. And like it's saying, hadith, for certain things, ghusl is mandatory. And ghusl is not just a regular shower or a bath. So if anybody been just taking a regular shower or a bath, thinking it's ghusl, and then praying, and probably just been doing that for years, even if it's with your girlfriend, even if it's with your sneaky link, because we're going to keep 100, there are some Muslims who have it. And even if it's with your spouse, make tawbah. Do you a couple of rakats for tawbah, and then go just Google. Start with Google if you don't have books. Go to YouTube. I'm pretty sure there's people who do a ghusl video. Google what's the difference between ghusl and a shower or something like that, and then watch you some videos and go and learn that. If you're a female, look up ghusl for a woman. You a male, ghusl for a man. Try to YouTube it. I'm pretty sure there's some videos on it. I can almost guarantee it. And look at, if there's more than one, look at all of them. And then you may want to go and then Google like ghusl in accordance with the Hanafi madhab, ghusl in accordance with the Shafi'i madhab, and then look up every madhab, and then you may see some differences and this and that. And if they reference some hadiths, go pull up a PDF or go to an app and look those hadiths up yourself, because then you might see, okay, well, the hadiths say this and that, but their opinion is this, that, and the third. And then start to make ghusl after your menstruation, after your sexual acts, and then on Fridays, if you're going to Jumar and you want that reward, then you make that same type of ghusl, right? And then they come with a dalil. Allah does not, the Prophet Muhammad, the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, said, Allah does not accept prayer without proper purification. So if it's a situation where you need to make ghusl and you take a shower and then make wudu, that's not proper purification. Because like it said, ghusl is for your main forms of hadith. Like I said, there's the major one and the minor one. Wudu is for the lesser ones. Passing gas, using the restroom. Ghusl is for the major ones. Menstruation, sexual impurities. Okay? Then he comes with some more dalil and said, He also said, Allah does not accept the prayer of the one in a state of hadath until they perform ablution, which a lot of us have put ablution as wudu, but ghusl is also a form of ablution. A layman term, some people might not like this term, but you could basically take ablution as purifying yourself with water. Okay? Just to give you a general meaning, purifying yourself with water. Now, of course, if you're has sex or you're menstruating, that doesn't mean don't clean yourself without soap and different things. You could take a complete shower or a bath first, then go through ghusl. Or you can go through the ghusl first and then take the complete shower with the soap and the water. So for the ones, because like I done heard people say, well, how is that, man? You need to have soap and stuff. You do that either before, and it depends on, like if you finna go to Jumu'ah and you want to hold that ghusl, because some people don't understand this. If you make that, I want to be careful with these words. If you make ghusl, some of the rewards is that you could still, you're in salat as long as you're waiting for the salat. Some people may take that shower and feel like they're in ghusl, and then they on their way to the masjid and they may pass gas. You know what I'm saying? They may do some things that break it. So if it's gonna be a little minute that you go and you want to hold your ghusl, take the complete shower first, then do the ghusl second. And then there's some added benefit if you don't break your ghusl and then you get to the masjid and you make wudu again. There's more of a reward for that. So and then the sixth condition, which we kind of covered, the covering of one's aura, any area of the body that must be covered with clothing that does not reveal one's shape, skin, or complexion. So when it's saying complexion, like sometimes we know the sunnah is white. I've seen some foreigners, unfortunately, some foreigners under their thobes, they might just have on underwear. Some of their thobes that be white, it be thin enough, like if it's a little old or it's not thick enough, you could see through the thobe and see their skin and underwear, because they won't have no pants or they won't have nothing, no shorts or nothing on up under them. And like I've seen people wear like white pants, you know, have them above their ankles, but you can see through the white pants. So when it's saying showing your complexion, it's saying that you can still see through the clothes. So you can see, you know, what you shouldn't be seeing. Alright? So the Messenger of Allah said, Allah does not accept the prayer of a woman who has reached the age of menstruation unless they wear a veil. That's in Dawood. The people of knowledge concur that if one is able to wear clothes but prays naked instead. So what they mean by naked is if you pray in clothes that don't completely cover your aura. I don't want to get too far ahead because they might show a hadith of it without me having to speak on it. I'll see first. Naked instead, then their prayer is invalid. So the aura for a man are the areas of his body that must be covered, is the area between his belly button and his knees. That's front and back. Okay? Not just the front. That's front and back. Right? And the same goes for the female slave. The aura of the free woman is her entire body except for her face and hands, and even that must be covered when she's in the presence of strange men. right? And a hadith related by Salma bin al-Aqwar, the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, ordered him to cover himself even if he had only one garment to accomplish that. And Allah Almighty says, O children of Adam, take your adornments to every masjid. This means for the prayer. So the adornment is like your good clothes. You had to go into tafsirs to get a little bit more. But sometimes because they were so poor, what they had as garments didn't fully cover them before Islam. This is why I try to, because when you know this and you understand that, then you will understand how these is legislated clothes. They didn't have like a thobe that was kind of like this. So when you look at the hadiths, they might have like, and they was in the desert, so they may have like something like what we consider to be an izar, right? They would have a izar, and they would do certain things like pull it up and have like where it might be tied around them, as like, because it'd be like waist sheet, but both of their shoulders wouldn't be covered, or some of this would be showing, and it was like really all they had. So it was like for the ones who have money, you got to get something and you got to pray with your shoulders covered up. But if you don't have anything that covers both of your shoulders, and it's a one-piece garment, and some of this is showing and this and that, there's an excuse for you because you absolutely don't have anything else. So that's what it's saying when it's referring to naked. Not your American version of naked is just completely everything off. That's why in the deen they say you can see people, they're clothed, yet they're naked. So it's a different definition than American mindset of what naked is. So then number 7, the entrance of the prayer time. The proof for this condition is taken from the hadith of Jibril, peace be upon him, where he led the prophet in each prayer, which we understand the prayer times. You know what I'm saying? The time it come in and the time it go out. So we don't have to spend a lot of time on that. Another very important one. Now these is conditions of the prayer to get to the point to keep your prayer valid. So you got facing the Qibla, major issue. So verily we have seen the turning of your face towards the heaven. Surely we shall turn you to a Qibla that shall please you. So turn your face in the direction of Al-Masjid Al-Haram in Mecca, and wherever you are, and wherever your people, wherever the Muslims are, turn your face in prayer to the direction of the Qibla. It don't seem like it's a major issue, but even this year in 2024, I heard a Muslim say, and we talking about a Muslim that had been Muslim about 27, 28, maybe 30 years, say that if Allah wanted us to face the Qibla, he would have told us to do it in the Quran. He said, but he didn't tell us that. There's a difference. He said there's a difference between the Qibla and the Qabla. And I was like in my head, here we go. And this was a person who called himself trying to teach children. This was also a person who running up on people. To be honest with y'all, he was exactly like dude. That's that Arab, that same lines. Would they wear that? Do they wear that in Alaska? They don't wear that in Alaska. Same type of person. The only difference is he never did the Nation of Islam part, so he don't think far Muhammad is Allah. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, war of deen to the fullest. And, you know, I had to sit down and say, man, I'm amazed that you still talk like that. Like, bro, you've been Muslim like 28 years. I can't believe we're sitting here having this conversation, bro. Well, if that's what Allah wanted us to do, Me and the brothers and them, we had a conversation the other day about it. Because there was a whole beef. I accidentally caught them praying the wrong direction due to the kids back there arguing over voodoo. So I went to go break up the argument about voodoo. And by the time I got there, they was already in Salah being led by a person praying the wrong direction. So I'll go, man, y'all, you know they praying the wrong direction? Oh yeah, man, I seen them doing that, man. But, you know, it didn't even cross my mind to say something, which was a lie because it came out that he told some other people he didn't say nothing to them because he didn't want to cause any problems. So, you know, they shot a little shot to me because since I seen them doing it, I got to say something. So when I said something, they all went back to their mutual corners and had their conversations about me. So when we come back, yeah, we had a discussion about it, man. Allah never said that in the Quran. If that's what he wanted us to do, he would have said it. There's a difference between the Qibla and the Kaaba. I'm like, what's the difference? But he meant Kaaba. So I had to bust the Quran open and read it to him, man. It's like, man, well, I'm fine with my deen being this way. That's cool, but the problem is you're trying to corrupt these other people, man. That's a major issue. And facing the Qibla is a condition of the prayer. And y'all will be amazed, and I'm not going to go into it. So, you know, and the sad part is, even after I read the Quran ayat to him, it didn't change him not one iota. It didn't even change that mark this much. So look, you go from then of course there's your intentions. 9. It resides in the heart, and its utterance is an innovation. So for the ones who sitting up saying, I intend to pray 2 rakats of Fajr, I intend to pray 4 rakats of Dhuhr, that's a bid'ah. Okay, so anyway, that's just the conditions. Now, because it done got a little long, but the conditions need to be discussed, and so I'm gonna end this video, and then we'll break down the other things, because unfortunately I didn't have to do it, but I'm obligated, and then the type of person that I am, I hate to see Muslims tripping for nothing, making something out of nothing. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes people had a potential to be cool in a marriage, but one of them just can't get out of their head. And one thing that I learned is, generally when an issue starts in their head, that's where it ends. Whether they mess up everything or they fix it. Like, it really don't matter what you say to them because it's in their head. So sometimes, because the way that I am, especially if they really not a bad person, they mind just tripping. I hate to see that for people. And I don't want to do something and put something out there because I'm not trying to expose anybody. Like, I don't have any ill intent. My intentions is not ill. And then especially if I'm really not talking to you and you just all over the place with it, and I'm making it clear, it's like 4 or 5 people thinking the exact same thing, and I'm not talking to not one of them. That's me being a narcissist and manipulative and all the other things that more than one of them done said. So even with me trying to make it clear, I'm trying to do something here and trying to help some Muslims. But unfortunately, you tripping in the comments about something you don't know you talking about, and then you wrong every time, but you're the victim. I'm just trying to play with your head and make up fake pictures. What do I get out of playing with your head? I don't even know you. I probably never see you a day in my life. But that's just some more stuff in your head. You're already not thinking right, and it's showing for the people who looking at you. I'm not playing games with your mind. Your mind is playing games with you. So I had to spend a little time and address that so that I don't have to address it no more. Because at this point, think whatever you want to think. You know what I'm saying? And with some other people, they actually cool to me. But I could see our friendship just, or anything that could have possibly been, you could just see it ain't gonna never happen because they're in their head. And this isn't to just one person. It's all of them. Y'all tripping. So, but I'm going to get back, man. You know what I'm saying? Inshallah ta'ala. And because like I wanted to give a little detail as opposed to just your basic, because a lot of people really don't know or understand the conditions of prayer. This is reality. And you know, for the new Shahada brothers who are here, take them notes, listen to this video again, and write them down. Man. Facing the Qibla is important. This is an issue, a major issue. Learn how to know what the Qibla is, because trust me, you can end up somewhere praying behind some people and you just don't really know what's what and don't really check. And you could be praying the wrong direction. And when that happens, you have to make that up. I'm going to touch real quick. Hold on. Real quick. So when your actions that nullify the prayer, right? The number 6 nullifier, which means invalidate your prayer. Your prayer don't count. It ain't no good. Number 6, a significant turning from the direction of the Qibla. So let's say, for instance, the Qibla is this direction like this, but you pray in that direction. That's too far off. You know what I'm saying? Now, of course, that's why I say pray the direction of it, because from where you are, it's not like you might be 100% lined up with it exactly. That's why you pray towards the direction of it. But some things is not even the direction, and it's not even close. It's the exact opposite direction sometimes. That's your prayer don't count. You know what I'm saying? So, and y'all wouldn't even imagine how major of an issue this is. Seriously. Of course, part of one's aura being exposed, which we already talked to that, and being exposed doesn't mean like completely out. Now, let's say we all adults. Let's say you just happen to be a busty woman, and you know you might do some things to try to flatten them. You might try to get garments that cover the best of your ability, but some of the shape or something is still going to show, no matter how big garments or whatever you get. But you did your best to cover it to your best of your ability. You were sincere and had the right intentions. Same with, you might be a little hippie, you might have some butt on you, but you did your very best to cover it up. But there's a difference between the ones who do that and then the ones who buy the garments that's flat, show their stomach, show all their curves, because they rather look cute than Muslim. Just like the same with the brothers. Some of them don't want it. This ain't fly. You might get made fun of. You might get dirty looks. They rather look cute and kafirish and involved in society than to look Muslim. So you got, and then you got your ones who really ain't even in the fold of Islam for real, who the ones who push the narrative of that's Arab, that's this. They got to tear down everything that real Islam come with. Even reading the Quran, and y'all think I'm joking. But y'all starting to see the things that I'm talking about. Y'all starting to see that it's starting to be a reality. Y'all, there is some individuals that think reading the Quran in Arabic is what? Middle Eastern Arab culture. Yeah. I done heard them say it. Even to the point where they even said, Wallahi, man, Wallahi, the Quran is written by race. So if you're black, there's a different understanding for you. If you're white, there's a different understanding for you. If you Arab, there's a different understanding for you. So if you're black and you speak English, you need to read it in English so you could get the understanding that's meant for black people. Reading Arabic, learning Arabic, Arabicizing your Islam. That's Arab culture. Yes. As ridiculous as that sound, but as ridiculous as it sound, y'all have to understand, and this is how I show you the trick of Shaitan. It speaks to people desires. I don't want to learn Arabic no way, because it's too difficult. I gotta put work in to learn it. I could just read the Quran and keep being the fly, zindikish individual that I am. I'm only Muslim because it adds to my flyness anyway. But this showed a contradiction in them. As soon as they learn something like Alhamdulillah, Bismillah, Assalamu alaikum, Wallahi, they'll salam you to death. Assalamu alaikum, Assalamu alaikum. You might even see them salaming a mouse. See a mouse outside, Assalamu alaikum, mouse. Hey, salam alaikum, baby. Hey, salam alaikum, cash register person. Salam alaikum, gas pump. Alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah. I'm telling you, man. Like, I seen a brother, and stop for long, man, because I be laughing. I'm not trying to make fun of people. And I'm not trying to look down on people, man, because I don't forget where I come from. I've been one of these people. I understand they struggle. Like I said, wallahi, I had a dog business. I loved pit bulls. I had houses, man, with pit bulls in them. You know what I'm saying? But I didn't know I couldn't do it. You know what I'm saying? I didn't struggle with it. I had a business. I was trying to go through the process of breeding pits, starting them off from puppies. I went through the whole little same stuff. I even bought this U-Haul truck, but it was blank, so it was a moving truck because I had a furniture moving business. I was like, man, I could just keep the dogs in that. I wanted any excuse, but I'm still paying for the dogs. You can't even spend money. You can't buy a dog. So if you end up with one as feeling like it's gifted, somebody got to give it to you. So no matter, even if I tried to put it, and wallahi, it was a point where I did go ahead and put the dogs in the truck. And the neighbors called the animal patrol people on me. And they came and tried to take my dog and stuff out of there. And then I had to come show them where everything was rigged up, where they can get air and their food and stuff was in there. So they gave me my dog back. You know what I'm saying? I went through it because I didn't have enough listening to the wrong type of people. I was a Muslim man that, you know what I'm saying? It was even to the point where I used to, as a Muslim, because I became Muslim as a little kid, not putting my sins out there like something to glorify, but for to be an example for people to be like, you know, it was a time like imagine this. I'm a Muslim with some other Muslims sitting around talking about, on my grandma's grave, I ain't gonna never stop chiefing. If I live to be 109, 110, I'm going to blow me some Doja. Okay? As a Muslim. And at the same time, busting them bottles open. Even as a Muslim, blessing the bottles, because you know, with the gang culture, you bless the bottle, even when you chiefing, the side that you represent, the right side or the left side, you got to pass it to the side that you represent. And if somebody pass it to the side that you don't, hey man, what you doing, man, passing it to that side? That's how ignorant we was. I was a Muslim doing that. It just, alhamdulillah, I was young. You know what I'm saying? I was young. With the dog thing, I was like maybe in my late 20s. Like maybe 29, 30 maybe. I was somewhere around there, like 29, 30. You know what I'm saying? When I finally got rid of the dogs, you know what I mean? So, I've been through it. So I understand it. I've been through this bogus black version of Islam belief. And that's why you're not going to fool me with it. Even if you the new black Muslims, like how I said, the new black Muslims on this side and that side that's fighting with each other, playing the same game. What's your isnad from the person who taught you to who taught him to the person who taught him all the way up to the prophet? When it don't even go that way no more. You have universities. You have certain books. People go to the university and graduate with PhDs. You think every last thing they learned to be a doctor is like, okay, this person taught it to me, this person taught it to him, that person taught it to him, all the way up to the Prophet Muhammad? It don't go like that no more. And then with the other side, who they arguing with, saying the same way, but it's just with a twist. Who they started it. Name your men. Name who told you that, and then who told him, and then who told him, and who told him. Name your men. Because you done hit them with an authentic hadith in Sahih Bukhari. Name your men. What you mean, name my men? It's an authentic hadith in Sahih Bukhari. It's in Sahih Muslim. It's in Tirmidhi, Abu Dawood. This is a agreed upon hadith. What you mean, name your men? Because they don't have no other way out. Name your men mean the exact same thing as what's your isnad. And they both think they got a real slick one because they bump into people that don't know no better that they can use it on. But when you really have some understanding, you know how foolish that sound. Like really dead serious, not a trip up. What's your isnad all the way up to the prophet that you could call yourself Salafi? Is that like that's a serious question, man? Do you know how that sound? But even worse than that, a person actually trying to do it. Why they had a wrong understanding of what the Salaf is. So I know the trickery, man. You know what I'm saying? And I feel bad for it, just like I say. And then they pigeonhole each other. They play the same games. Don't listen to nobody but us. Only stick to our masjids. We got our own scholars. We got our own hadiths. We got our own tafsirs. So it don't matter what you say to them. Oh, well, we don't listen to that scholar. And then on this side, the same people they fighting with. Don't listen to us. Only go to our masjid. And to the point where both of them, they actually both disrespect scholars. Like I see them do stuff like when it comes to Sheikh bin Baz, they'll call him Mr. bin Baz. Mr. Uthaymin. They won't call him a sheikh or call him a scholar. They call him Mr. But these scholars never did anything wrong. They just call him that because the Salafis say they listen to him. And then the same thing with the Salafis, with the scholars they may name. So even though they coming to you, it's never to see eye to eye. It's just to fight. Because anything you say, oh, well, we don't listen to that. We don't go to this. Well, first and foremost, why you coming to somebody that don't have your views? You come to fight and argue. You know what I'm saying? Just like with me, being Salafi, I never push Salafi up on nobody because I understand it's just a minhaj. You know what I'm saying? I understand it's just a methodology. It's not an Aqidah, because some of the people on that side, that's how they test people. What's your Aqidah? Oh, my Aqidah is Salaf. I'm Salafi. It's not an Aqidah. It's a minhaj. So that's why I don't have to promote it. I don't have to push it. I got homies that's Salafis that don't like nobody. And they got a joke. When I be like, man, y'all Salafi, y'all don't like nobody. But why y'all still like me? Y'all know what they say? Because you don't like nobody either. Because you don't like nobody either. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's funny, man. I'm telling y'all, man. But I love Muslims, man. I just don't like the behavior. Like they say, you can love your brothers but hate the sin. And we just really turning into something else. And you just had these people, don't listen to nobody but us. Only come to our masjids. When you see one of them, attack them, call them an imbecile, take them all the way out of the fold of Islam where you don't even have to respect them. So you mean to tell me if I read a Quran ayat where Allah says, I created Adam with my hands, and I read it exactly like that, I'm not worthy of salams from you? I'm just a stupid, dumb idiot because I read what Allah said? And vice versa. I won't come to your masjid. I won't sit where you sit. I won't listen to the person that you want to listen to. I'm not worthy of salams. I'm just a stupid, dumb idiot. Something is wrong with that. And now, just like, because I understand the hadith where Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, after me, after my death, don't turn on each other trying to slice each other's necks. And then I watch these Muslim groups, and every time I see it occur, it's always black on black for the most part. There's another group of black Muslims, the new saviors of the black ummah, fighting and going to war and trying to tear down the honor of other black Muslims. All because they want some get back on this other group of Muslims, the Salafis that don't like nobody, that was just running rampant, tearing down people's honor at one point in time. So now anybody who don't agree to be like them, you automatically one of them. So now we at you. It's crazy, man. Like I was real sick, right? And I was just in the house, right? So I didn't really want to watch nothing, so I was like, I just want to watch some black love movies and look for the love. You know what I'm saying? Because, I just remember a time when black love movies was about black love. Now, the black love movies is always crazy people. So I remember I'm watching these black love movies, right? And I'm posting, black love movie, this and that. So then I'm looking at a black movie, like, okay, they was doing pretty good until she started acting crazy. Oh man, they really in love. They got a chance. Oh, but he done did this and that. But I'm making it clear I'm talking about the black movie. Do y'all know somehow, just like right now, a couple of black Muslim sisters felt like I was shooting a shot at them. But it's clear I'm talking, all my posts is about black love movies. And I'm sitting up the next day like, dang, Come on, I'm finna watch black love movies again. Come on, black love movies. I'm rooting for you again. I'm rooting for y'all tonight. But it's always some crazy people. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, like my blood sister, right? We got the same father. So, you know, she come in and was like, yeah, just like real crazy people in real life. But I'm coming from the perspective of just like music do influence the culture. Some of this stuff, like I say this, which I was very young. Before the movie Waiting to Exhale, black women wasn't setting people's stuff on fire. But they seen that stuff in Waiting to Exhale. And before you know it, women burning down houses, setting people Jordans on fire. So some of the craziness is coming from the movies. You see what I'm saying? That's how I'm looking at it. Just like I knew a cat, man, dark-skinned cat, he was Muslim when Belly first came out. This dude went and watched Belly. You couldn't tell him he wasn't buns. You couldn't tell him he wasn't buns. Started dressing like him. You know what I'm saying? That stuff influenced the culture. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, man, let me get up off of here, man, and inshallah, man, we're going to get to it where I'm not really just winging it and get some more detail, but those conditions of the salat, absorb them, man. These is the conditions of your salat. Anybody just taking a shower for ghusl? Now, like I say, it might be some scholars out there that say just a regular shower is fine. And I'm going to be honest with y'all. Some of the books that I get, I like to get the older ones because you actually have people with some degrees and stuff, but they refer to themselves as modernists. So you will see in some of these books, they trying to conform to modernists and change things that they shouldn't. You know what I'm saying? So I like to get the older books and deal with the older scholars. Not saying these new, because there's some new ones, they like that. But, you know, some of them wanting to be modernists. You know what I'm saying? So, just look into it, man. Watch you some YouTube videos. Do you some Google. Of course, Google Ghusl in accordance with madhabs. And then get you some PDF, man, and look at some Quran ayats and get your foundation. Like I said, for us who have a clear understanding when it comes to this isnad stuff and these different things in this day and time, you start from the top. Allah said, the Rasul said. Because then, to be honest, the isnad is starting from the Rasul. The Rasul told me, and then this person told that one, and that person told that one, and now I'm telling it to this group of people. You see what I'm saying? But now you have these people trying to do it in reverse. What's your isnad from you all the way up to the Prophet? You don't even know how silly that sound. Name your men from you all the way to the Prophet. You don't even have a clue how silly that even sound. You start from the top. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, man, Assalamu alaikum rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. In this day and time, alright? You got to start from the top. That's why I say Quran, Sunnah, Ijma', which some people reject Ijma'. Quran, Sunnah, Ijma', not my favorite teacher to his favorite teacher, because like right now, like I said, anybody could be in an isnad now, and you right now they starting to do the isnads in accordance to their belief system. You know what I'm saying? So that's why, like I say, some of them if you want to clarify your position, that's cool. But trying to get them to understand something, just leave that alone. Because they both groups, no matter what you say to them, they're going to tear it down. Where you learn that at? Who you sit with? Oh, I sit with this, and that. Well, I don't know who he is, so he's not known. That one, this, and that. Oh, no, we don't listen to him. He's Wahhabi. How do you know? He might not even listen to or ever read a book about Abdul Wahhab. You know what I'm saying? Oh, this and this. Well, we read tafsir. Well, we don't do those tafsir. We got our own. Well, cool. Alhamdulillah. Stick to what you do. I stick to what I do. Lakum dinakum waliya din. I didn't come to you. And I didn't call for you. Because no matter what you do, everybody's going to have a way to tear it down. Instead of let's meet in the middle. Because meeting in the middle is going to have to start with the Quran first. Then it's going to have to start with authentic hadiths. But they're not going to want to start with Sahih Bukhari. Because they have a way of, well, our madhab says. And our scholars already looked through all the hadiths, and we don't need to look through them because it's confirmed in our madhab. Alright, well, alhamdulillah. Assalamu alaikum rahmatullah. And you gonna do what you gonna do. And if I don't call for you, there's no need for you to come over here. Because I'm sure not gonna come where you at. If I don't call for you, there's no need for you to come over here. Assalamu alaikum. And I'm going to end on that, man. Assalamu alaikum rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.